like, it's not one instantaneous moment.
Yeah.
It's like a build-up of everything, because I've been working in hospitality since I was 13, and then having so much Japanese influence in my life since I was about 11, and then marrying a Japanese man and forming a tea company with him, traveling to Japan a lot. Me and my husband used to host a dinner party every week for all of our friends, and we cooked Japanese food, and Japanese food was all we really cooked at home. The reason we started Ippuku Tea was that people didn't really understand what Japanese green tea was or how good Japanese green tea was, because a really bad version of green tea was being sold on the British market. So we sourced that from local farms, local as in Japan, smaller farms. Like the first farm we were buying from, we had to handwrite letters to, and they didn't have an email back in 2013.
Where is it, Japan?
It's in Yame, Fukuoka.
Oh, Fukuoka, okay.
Yeah. And the other tea farms in Miyazaki, their popularity is so intense now in Japan. Everyone's trying to make tea like this tea farm. So we bought an English tea shop. This used to be an English tea shop, and so we had to really change the customer base as well as the whole interior and everything that we did. So it was 2 weeks mainly. It ended up being about a month. I think the first we did a test run night, and we invited the Japanese Society in York. We hosted a big dinner party for them to see if they thought that we had the right idea of what we were going to do. And it was pretty quiet. I didn't do much marketing. I never really do much marketing because I like things to remain a little bit of a secret. The challenges haven't really changed. They become more manageable because you have experience in them. Obviously the hours starting up was really, really intense, the 20-hour days. The long weeks and the no days off just is a continuing thing, and it is still a challenge. Managing staff, hiring staff, firing staff is always the biggest challenge in hospitality. I knew that. The staff are the crux of the place. Without them, you don't have a place.
I mean, literally as soon as you come down next, it'll be good to go, I think.
My name's I'm from Thailand originally. I came to the UK, especially York, to study. I was quite young when I started, so I started when I was 18, and I never really had a real paying job before, so I only volunteered as a young adult. And coming here, I think the stakes are a lot higher, especially finding my confidence to speak to people in the restaurant as well. And also just in terms of believing in myself and my abilities. I think anybody in the service industry will say that bad customer interactions will always stick with you. But on the other hand, I feel that a lot of good customer interactions have stuck with me as well. A lot of the regular customers that come in and when I see their faces light up when they come in and enjoy our drinks and our food.
So lots of Chinese students come to our cafe, some customers every day. So I remember what they order already, so I don't have to bring the menu and talk to them okay, it's as usual, it's okay, and yes. And before they left, they said, oh, we really enjoyed your food and your hospitality, and yeah, they really enjoyed our atmosphere at the cafe. So before they left, they wanted to take a picture, including me. So yeah, that's kind of good memory to me. Yeah.
I think we try and avoid getting bad reviews just by constantly changing and tasting and trying what we're doing and changing things up. And I'm constantly getting the staff to critique things. I'm quite an intense feeder, so I'll go up to a member of staff and I'm like, eat this, let me watch you. And I'd try and look at their reaction. I'm like, how was it? But how was it really? Was it bitter, salty, sweet, too much? So usually the members of staff that I know are brutally honest are the ones that I go to for tasting.
14 quid. I've got the chicken with some real tomato.
私はやっぱり照り焼き豆腐。
一緒同じです。照り焼き豆腐 is the best. It's nice, yeah. Actually, I never eat in Japan.
No, it's so good. The most popular dishes, which I think would cause a riot if I took them off the menu, is the teriyaki tofu and teriyaki chicken. We'll have returning customers and they'll be like, I just can't order anything else. Like I look at the menu every time and I'm like, oh, I'll try this. And then as soon as you come over, I just go, teriyaki tofu, please. It's just like, they just can't help themselves. It's like, it's the umami.
What was your sort of approach when sort of designing that?
I think it was kind of like my living room. At first, it's evolved quite a bit. At first, it was just like lots and lots of art and posters and things. Like the downstairs when we were doing the izakaya bar was a lot more like kind of cartoony, and then upstairs was a little bit more like historical.
I quite like seeing the hand-painted murals that was made by one of our staff that have left. She's an artist as well, and
she created all of the like handmade art that you see, like all the manga on the walls. That is from my favourite manga and anime, which is Hyogemono, which is about the tea master Sennoriki. We were really lucky. We had some regular customers that supported us all the way through COVID. COVID was absolute hell. Like the government just really didn't understand small businesses or the way we work. Like the schemes that they'd put in place did nothing but stress us out. But at the moment, like every time we're paying the staff and like making repairs on the building and paying the bills and the increases in wages and increases in food prices, everything, we're going to zero every month. Yeah, still in debt from COVID, don't pay it off. Hopefully I can pay it off March 2026. After that, then maybe we'll have a little bit more freedom.
Is there any plans moving forward that you'd like to expand?
I'd absolutely love to, and I'm asking constantly. Like I've been on a waiting list for Shambles for 4 years, a waiting list. Yeah, I really want to do and bring some like new things like kushikatsu. I'd love to do kushikatsu. Get sponsored by Acai, that would be great.
I feel like the best part about my job is the fact that I have the great privilege of saying I come into my workplace on my days off, and I come in because I see my friends, and the people I work with are my friends and my family.
It was a hard time at home, but if I came here, like all worker is really friendly, and I could talk to them, and they make me a little bit relief and helping, give me advice, big hug. Yeah, so that place is working place, but also see the friends.
I'm very lucky to have lots of wonderful people working for me. Yeah, it's just the reward from the customers enjoying themselves really, and opening them up to the experiences that I've had with Japanese food and tea. The fact that places don't really do real Japanese tea or real Japanese food, so being able to make that accessible for people is a joy.
In there. I think they've just turned it down, but
Anyway.
yeah, it should be.
Fingers crossed.
I will boom this way, mics, and they like go like, and they just go straight into the microphone.